381 to get 90 overs, 9 wickets. Those are the numbers to play with on the last day. As we say, very good evening or good afternoon to where he is, to one of England's finest cricket captains, Michael Vaughan, who normally understands the game of cricket pretty well, but I've been following him on Twitter. He's a little perplexed.
Yeah, it's been such a good test match for England that they've played 3 days brilliantly. First 2 sessions on day 4 brilliantly. I've no idea what they had for tea. I don't know whether you guys over there have put something in that brew that triggered their minds.
A little sedative, Michael. A little sedative that just calms the brain a little.
Well, I think it made England quite negative, because after we see Butler and Best came out and played in a more defensive fashion, that must have been directives of the team. I personally would have wanted at least 115, 120 overs. I think England had enough time to be able to give themselves enough room in terms of runs, and also enough time to get the overs in. If you'd have said to Virat Kohli, Harsha, 2 days ago, from the way that India have played in terms of the position that they found themselves in, that you would arrive on day 5 with 9 wickets in the shed to see out the game, to try and get something out of this test match, he would have ripped your hand off. He couldn't believe his luck if he's arriving somewhere. I saw him at the end of play. He had his bat in his hand. He went straight away and had a few knocks in front of the England dressing room. And he quietly must have been looking over and thinking, thank you. Thank you for what you've given us, because I believe England really should have had India in a position of 3 or 4 wickets down tonight. I still think England are favourites because the pitch is doing plenty, but sometimes there are little things that you notice and see that triggers me into believing that, you know, England almost have started to play safe. For 3.5 days, they didn't play safe, and that little trigger might just give India a huge amount of belief and confidence. It's not going to be easy to bat out the last day, but I think the England team have given India a sniff.
Could it be that England was so worried about losing this game that they said, let's take all chances of an India win out? And sometimes when a team is playing only defensive survival cricket, you've got the best chance of getting them out. So are England thinking, oops, let's see what happened in Brisbane. Oh dear, what happened in Sydney? India saved that game. Oh, look what happened in Chattogram the other day. So look what happened the last time we played in Chennai. So let's take any India win out and force them to be on the defensive all day. We've got a better chance of getting them out.
Yeah, and that's the mindset that and the decision that Joe Root decided to go with. He wanted enough runs in the bank to say to India, realistically, I know Ishant Sharma said that they might go for them tomorrow. I don't see that that's going to be possible. So England are thinking, we've got enough runs in the bank. You can't win. All you can do is bat out for the draw. By batting on so long, again, the last 20 minutes, I was perplexed to see only a couple of fielders around the bat. Dominic Best bowling off spin, full of confidence from his wickets in the first innings. He's got a cover point on the boundary. A cover point on the boundary. I mean, I would say that fielder is as useful as many politicians around the world as we speak. Utterly useless. You're just not going to get any activity from a cover point on the boundary to an off spinner, ragging it square to a right-hander. So by batting on and batting long, it allows you to have more fielders around the bat. So hopefully tomorrow England will come out with more of an aggressive mindset. Don't worry about losing the game. They don't lose the game from here. India, if they win, we're probably going to see 2 of the greatest innings we've ever seen in Test match cricket history. I don't think it's possible, but India can certainly draw. Now Joe Root then has to start thinking, right, how can I get into the minds of the Indian players? And I think by putting a few fielders in catching positions, and if the odd ball goes to the cover point boundary for 4, it's just a 4. You've got to get your fielders in the catching positions.